If you're just joining, I'm just waiting for Nathan. I just see that he joined. So here we go. I'm gonna add him in. Oh man. I better.
We're here.
Hey!
What are you doing?
I'm just trying. Let me turn this filter off. Holy cow! It's embarrassing.
Nice.
How you doing, man?
Good. I'm just sitting here in my dining room realizing it's kind of a weird backdrop, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's funny. Whoa, I'm all blown out. I tried to do a video last week with the person that I do while I sell breath with, Katie, and I was in my kitchen at first, but then the connection was all weird, so I moved to
Right.
the living room. And yeah, so hopefully the connection stays okay.
So far, so good.
How are you? It's been a while.
I know it's been a long time, man. Like, well, what's the context for anyone watching here?
Yeah, yeah.
We
So
like what, 10 years ago maybe?
probably, if not more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing shows together. I guess kind of all over Southern Ontario.
Yeah. Did a
You
sweet.
so you were in a band called Sunday Night Cruise, but what band did I play with you mostly with? Because I was in a couple different ones.
You were Shoot for the Stars.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool,
It
cool.
was good.
Yeah. So yeah, you're kind of I wouldn't say guinea pig, but you're our
Hey.
first official interview, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited to be doing this with you. I'm glad you reached out because well, one, I wasn't sure who was gonna step up, but it was you, all the way from
Well,
Thunder Bay, still, right? You're
yeah, I'm in Thunder Bay,
nice.
and
Cool.
you know what? I don't know. I just thought, why not just go for it? So,
Yeah. Um, so I guess before I get into like the actual questions, maybe
Mhm.
if you want to just tell us a little bit about you and what you're doing and what you're up to, and yeah, just thought
Well,
it'd be cool to give you an opportunity to do that. Yeah.
as far as the Northeast world,
Well, yeah, Northeast
yeah.
world. I guess even beyond that, if you want to share anything else. But yeah, I thought especially because you're doing some cool stuff with the Northeast stuff, and yeah, I don't know a lot about it, so it'd be great to hear
Well,
from me too.
you know what? It's just doing something that ever since I was young, I spent time designing logos and being creative that way, right? Trying to come up with things that were eye-catching. And so it's just always been in the back of my head something to try. And when I came up with the idea for Northies, I just thought it could be this cool brand that could represent anyone who wants to represent the North, you know, Canadians and maybe Americans alike.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but that's so that's that. And I mean, other than that, you know, I've been married for several years. I've got kids. I'm one of them's right here who should not be up here.
Sorry.
That's all right. Little cameo.
uh, yeah. Anyways, so no matter how many times you tell them something, they just don't listen.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
stay out of the area. But um, it occurred to me too, like I mean, I'm telling you a bit about Northeast. Do you have a sec to maybe explain? Because some of my followers, I can see them joining in right now.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
What
Yeah,
is it
so
that you're
yeah,
doing?
I figured there might be a little bit of crossover, so that's totally cool. I'd love to kind of explain what we're doing with While I Still Have Breath, and I mean, one of the ways that it kind of started was through so the girl that I work on it with is named Katie. She's actually in she's in this well, what do you call it? It's not really a chat room. It's the live feed. I see her watching, but yeah.
Okay.
So we started talking about doing some workshops in schools that were kind of workshops, but more like experiences where we get students talking to each other and just communicating and teaching them not teaching them, but like reminding them of face-to-face skill, like communication skills. So
Right.
and also mixing up the room so that they're talking to students that they don't normally maybe talk to in a normal day. And then it kind of just built off that. I wanted to do some other stuff based around people, sharing their stories, and just creating simple ways to connect with each other and like share your story. And to me, so we use 3 words as our kind of I guess maybe mission statement, but it's love, connect, and share.
Yeah.
And to me, really learning to love each other is learning to connect and share. Well, you can do that through connecting and sharing. So that's kind of, and the 3 questions I have for you are kind of based off of those 3 things. So,
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can hear my children in the background. If it's
A little bit, yeah.
distracting,
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
No, it's not too bad.
I can yell at them.
No, don't do it. We're live. Oh, man. Yeah, so I don't know if that explained it well enough for the
good.
people that
No.
you hear.
It just,
if you have any other barn burner questions, feel free to ask them. But yeah, that's kind of the idea of it. It's kind of still evolving. This is one of the newer things that we kind of decided we wanted to do with it. I think I mentioned to you that I thought podcast route, but I just feel like it's a lot of work. Like, I don't know if people out there know.
Well, I guess
to it, but
I guess it depends how polished you want it to be for the final product, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we can just wing this and say,
absolutely.
Too bad it's not going to be polished.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're cool, let's just dive into the questions.
Let's go into it.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one's, what's one thing you're doing to connect with other people?
I mean, I guess I never, maybe I feel like I'm busy enough that I don't make that like a point, like, hey, I'm gonna go and do this to connect with people. But because of Northies, I've ended up meeting all kinds of people that I wouldn't have otherwise connected with. And I can see it already forming its own. It's been forming its own community in a way, which is really cool to see. And yeah, when you put something out there and you sort of need people's approval to keep it going, it makes you realize, you can't just have this thing like, hey, you buy this and that's it. Like, that's our transaction. Like, you need to invest in people a bit and get to know them, listen to them. And so, I mean, in a lot of ways, it's been this that's gotten me connected with people, because as a father of 3, full-time job, all that stuff, anyone who can relate to that, you don't have a lot of spare time on your hands to go out into the world.
Yeah, totally. No, that's really cool. I've been admiring from afar your stuff, especially I love the photo shoots you've been doing. I really like those. Do you take the photos, or are you?
Most of them. Some of them have been through other people, but
cool. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I really like them. Even just the brand you're building, I love the North feel. If you can see, I'm rocking the lumberjack toque. So
yeah.
So I feel like I need to grab a Northeast sweater sometime soon.
Hey, maybe we could work out a swap or something.
Hey, I got you with that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a great answer. I'll move on to the second question. So, if you could share one thing with the world, what would it be? I feel like this is a big question, but no pressure.
Yeah,
no pressure.
It is a big question. I'll give a bit of a long answer to this. For years and years, and I still do this, like, I can't help myself but to read, for lack of a better term, I hate this term, but the self-help book,
right,
or like something that like motivates me, or usually they're more like business related or entrepreneurial type of literature and stuff like that. But the old Nathan would read one of these things and get all fired up and think, okay, there's my blueprint. That's what I need to do. I need to do exactly what this guy's doing. And I'd fall into this trap over and over, only to realize that I wasn't getting anywhere. because I'm not that guy. I'm me, right? And
Yeah.
so there's a long answer to the question, but like
Right.
the number one thing, and it's taken me years to really understand this fully, but it's like really understand who you are, like be self-aware, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, right? Because after that, after you really are comfortable with that, then you can actually go out and do something and accomplish something or be a positive force in the world. Because there's so many ways we sell ourselves short that we probably don't even realize, right? We
Totally.
sell ourselves short by not being our true self and not sharing that person with the rest of the world.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Is
love
that's a
that's so
decent answer?
good. Yeah, that's great, man. Oh man. Yeah, I got mad respect for that for sure. Yeah. Cool. So, what do you think it means to love other people?
See, this one's when I saw this question, I was like, okay, this is tough for me because
Yeah.
the older I get, the more crotchety and cynical, that I become. And
Yeah.
but the thing is, I think that happens to most of us in certain parts of our life.
Right.
And I think the best way to sort of fight that and continue to show love to people is with empathy, right? That's the short version of the answer. But basically, like if you can honestly put yourself in someone else's shoes, that's the only way you're going to be able to show that person love. That's the
Right.
only way you're going to be able to love someone. Because if anything else is just pity or sympathy or whatever, but if you can honestly say like put yourself in that person's shoes, try and feel what they're feeling, understand where they're coming from,
Mm.
and listen to what they're trying to say, listen to who they are and what their story is.
Yeah.
That opens the door. That shows them that you actually care and that are actually loving somebody.
Totally. Yeah. I love it, man. Thanks so much for doing this. I was like, it just blows my mind that we all those years ago we were playing shows together and doing music, and then it's just cool to kind of just reconnect in this way through this. It's just so random that I've stayed kind of up to date with some things that have happened
Yeah,
in your life, but it's really cool to reconnect a little bit and just I love what you're doing with the Northeast stuff. And if you're ever in this area, I never have been to Thunder Bay. Hopefully one day, but if you're ever in this area, it'd be awesome to grab a coffee or just
for
hang,
sure.
do something. If there's any viewers that are from the While I Still Have Breath camp, I've tagged Northeast brand in. Oh, there's Katie tagged your. So definitely check out Northeast brand. Your the Instagram page, and if you're in the Northeast camp, hey man,
That's
come
right.
follow Breath. You know.
Show us some love for While I Still Have Breath. I think it's cool that you're just out there trying to do a positive thing, and there's
Yeah,
not too many people are doing that these days.
yeah. Well, we're trying. We're just trying to keep the positivity and just really give people little. I call them tips sometimes, but yeah, just little jolts in the right direction of doing something nice for someone. So if we can make a little difference that way, it's what it's all about. So yeah,
For
cool.
sure.
Well, thank you so much, Nathan. We'll hopefully we can kind of stay in touch through Instagram and stuff. And all the best with the Northeast stuff. And yeah, thanks again.
Thanks for having me on. It was fun. Hope I handled those questions all right.
You did. They're awesome. They're
Okay.
awesome. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you later.
Take care.